In section 7.2, we're going to talk about complementary and supplementary angles. So what are they? Well, that leads us into our key idea. And we have two vocab words. Please make sure that you do write these down in your running list of vocabulary. So complementary and supplementary angles. Two angles are complementary angles when the sum of their measures is 90 degrees. So for example, we have two angles. Here we have a 30-degree angle and a 60-degree angle, whose sum are 90 degrees. Therefore, they are complementary. In this example, angle 1 and angle 2 are also complementary because, as you can see, they have a sum of 90 degrees, denoted here by the 90-degree angle. Now, these two angles that are complementary are non-adjacent, but these two are, so they don't have to be next to each other. Supplementary angles would be two angles whose angle measures have a sum of 180 degrees. Now you should already note that 180 degrees is a straight line. Two angles that would make up that straight line would be supplementary, as you can see here with angle 3 and angle 4. Angle 3 and angle 4 are supplementary. The reason is because you know they make a straight line. Right here, we know that these two angles are supplementary because they have a sum of 180 degrees. So let's look at example number 1. Classifying pairs of angles. We want to say if each of these angles are complementary, supplementary, or neither. Well, in number 1, we see that we have a 70-degree angle and a 110-degree angle. Therefore, these would be supplementary because they add up to 180 degrees. In B, 49 plus 41 degrees would be 90. Therefore, they are complementary. And in C, we know that these two angles add up to 190 degrees. Therefore, they are neither complementary or supplementary. So in example 2, we're going to actually tell whether these angles are complementary or supplementary, and then we're going to find the value of x. Well, in A, we see that these two angles form a 90-degree angle. Therefore, these two angles are complementary. So now we write an equation. We know that 4x plus 36 degrees would equal 90 degrees. So now we solve this for the value of x. So I would subtract 36 on both sides by using the subtraction property of equality. So that would give me 4x equals 54. I then divide both sides by 4, and that gives me x equals 13.5. Now, there are many times in which the problem won't ask you to find the x, but then you plug x back in, 13.5 back in, take 4 times 13.5, and if we check that, it will give us 54 degrees for this angle measure. And 54 plus 36 degrees would give me 90 degrees. So now the next one would be supplementary. Why? Why do we know that this is supplementary? Because it makes a straight line. So we know x plus x minus 4 would give me 180 degrees. I combine like terms. 2x minus 4 equals 180 degrees. Now what do? I add 4 to both sides. The addition property of equality. That gives me 2x equals 184. So the value of x would give me 92 degrees. Now, if I wanted to know these angle measures, you would just plug them in. And you would get 92 degrees and 92 minus 4, which would be 88 degrees. And if you added those up, it would give you 180 degrees. Now, the question does not ask for these right now, so 92 is my answer. But sometimes it'll say to plug them back in to find the angle measures. Now, in example number 3, we're going to be constructing angles. Draw a pair of adjacent supplementary angles so that one angle has a measure of 60 degrees. So we want to find two adjacent angles that are supplementary, that have a measure of 60 degrees? Well, the first thing we're going to do is draw our 60-degree angle. So if we draw our 60-degree angle, we're going to use our protractor. And we're going to draw an angle measure of 60 degrees. Now, once again, you would not use this 60 degrees right here because this would make an obtuse angle. So we need an acute angle. Now, there's one angle. We now have to draw an angle that's adjacent and would make supplementary angles with that 60 degrees. So adjacent and supplementary means it makes a straight line. So step 2, we just extend it to make a line using our ruler or our straight edge. And right here we have two angles that are supplementary. They form a straight line and share a common side and vertex. Therefore, they are also adjacent. The two vocab words that I want you to write down from this section are complementary and supplementary angles.